Alright, let's do a craft. And today we are going to be making some pretty simple terrariums. I feel like even if you're not a crafty person, age 6 to 60, you can make one of these guys. So we're going to start off with some succulents, then we have some small rocks, and we have some pretty stones, and we have some colorful sands, and we have some moss to top it, and some other little fun toppers. Also the vessel to put it in, and some tools to put the sand and such and poke around and all that. So when we have all that, we're going to start off with our plants. I like succulents the best because honestly they're the most forgiving. They really don't need much fuss from you, and they're really easy to work with. So I'm gonna actually leave the succulent in there because it's just way easier. It'll last about 6 months to a year. You can pull it out and put it into a planter if you want, and it probably could last a longer, but just a simple craft once again. So I'm going to do a base of sand. I like to do a base of the fine sand so the plant has something to sit on. And then also doing the fine sand first and then putting the rocks usually just kind of like works a little better. So like the fine sand doesn't fall through the rocks, but that's a technique I can show you later in the video if you want to do that. So here I'm just doing different mounds of colorful sands. Now I like doing this because on the sides you have this beautiful ripple of different colors, and it's just a fun technique that you can do. Now you could also just do one solid layer and do something like the little funnel over there, or just whatever you want, you can do just alternating 2 colors. It really is an exercise of free will and creativity, so get creative. So I'm just gonna finish off putting the different colors of sand here. I chose that because I felt doing the colorful sand, then after that it would look really cute if I did the colorful rocks. You see where I'm going here? I got a little put the little rocks on top of that. I love these rocks. You can get these like at the Dollar Tree. You can get these at even better at the pet supply store. They have them usually in the pet fish tank area. Super cheap. But then I'm going to add black rocks on top for contrast, but also for create that ripple effect. And then I'm going to finish off with some more of the colorful ones. You see what I'm doing here? You see what I'm doing here? Colorfulness, prettiness, rainbow. Okay, and then one more layer of the black rocks. I'm excited because I want to then put the blue rocks, and I feel like they'll pop a little better if I put black. So we'll finish off with the blue rocks here. Now, you could put as many as little rocks as you want. I feel like this is like mimicking the ripple effect I had underneath, and it's fun. It really is just you could do this for 2 hours if you wanted, or you could do it for 20 minutes. Also, having a brush or having a chopstick like this is perfect to pick out the rocks and sand and the leaves. I suggest having that. And then lastly, for our little rocky section, we're going to add some tumbled lacquers just to add some extra luxury and colorfulness. And then, I could have stopped, but why not? I'm going to add a little bit amethyst jewelry just to complement the other side. She felt a little naked. And now we add the fun little bits. Now, these little hands that I make, I found these aren't these the cutest little mushrooms? I found these on Amazon too. I have them linked in the bottom. But these little mushroom guys with faces I thought were so darling, and this is really where the fantasy comes alive. I was like, okay, they're like in their little forest, and I'm gonna tuck them in there, and they're hanging out. Like, this is where you feel like a little kid, and it's fun, if you're a little kid or if you're a big kid, whatever. Take your time and make sure that it reflects who you are, or like what you want to express. So I'm going to add one of these little resin bricks that I made because I felt like that would be cute to offset over in the corner. The big concrete ones, it's like it's too big. Now I also got these, I got the cute little construction trucks once again on Amazon. I was like, oh, this is cute, rolling around in the rocks. I have those links in the bottom too. But aren't they the darlings? And I feel like this, I'm done. I'm done here. I'm happy. And once again, if you want to wire this, I suggest putting a ice cube in there, maybe maybe every 10 days or so, and she is gonna be happy. But doing a craft like this is really relaxing, and it helps you find creative self again. Now, here is another technique. You can make stripes, and then I use a chopstick and just push down, and it creates like a little wave effect. And then you see where I was talking about earlier, I put the rocks on the bottom and then the colorful sand. You can do that too. And then I made one with the dirt. It's whatever you want to do. This is just a fun kind of craft that you can do with kids, you can do with a team. You could even do this like a baby shower bachelorette. So follow along more if you want more craft ideas.